Hey, bro.
Oh yes, what's on it? Oh
What's up?
yes,
So we're live now, yep.
yeah, we're live. Okay, we're
Right.
live. Good to
People
go.
know that the game's got cancelled. A little bit
Yeah,
good anyway.
yeah,
I was really looking forward to that. I thought, you know what? We could play early, get a little bit points lead on Arsenal and say City, before
yeah,
they play. Looks
yeah.
like we're not playing now. I'm not sure about their games, if they're going to get cancelled or not. Have you heard
Well, I
anything?
think yeah, I've heard the latest. Man United, they at the moment it's looking it's going ahead, but they're going to monitor the situation, which it's a bit mad, isn't it? Because they're not far down the road. And for
Exactly.
yeah, so but it looks like so I don't get it, but yeah. I kind of had a feeling from yesterday it would have been cancelled if I'm honest. And then
Yeah, that was
obviously,
the thing that I
yeah,
just thought it might have settled down.
yeah,
By today, I thought, yeah, like that's it's always like at night, it always seems to be worse. But I thought,
yeah,
yeah, in the morning it'll sort of clear up
yeah,
and
yeah,
we'll get the game underway. So I was a bit surprised to find out today it's got cancelled.
yeah.
So I'm not sure what the like. I think Arsenal are playing tomorrow. City are playing today at 3.
Today,
Yeah,
yeah, no, yeah, they're today 3 o'clock. Yeah, yeah, that's right. JK, yeah, yeah,
yeah. So I don't know. We'll find out. Like I can imagine a lot of first division sort of games got cancelled as well. Like, lucky for the Liverpool fans, they don't have to travel far, to get to the Everton ground, so it's all right.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so there's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
skin above nose in it. Yeah,
yeah.
but it's an extra game, so I'll really focus and see what on the others. I mean, Chelsea and Arsenal, what they do in City. So,
That's
I
why I
mean,
hope, in a weird way, they got their games cancelled as well, because I
yeah,
don't
yeah, it
really
would have
want
helped.
them guys.
Pressure in it. Yeah,
Okay, they'll have an extra game on us and stuff,
yeah,
but I rather
and
prefer that they don't get 3 points on top of us because we haven't
yeah,
played. So, yeah,
it's true. Isn't the backlog in it.
yeah.
So again, if City, oh god, so if they win, City will be six, no, six, and then oh god, Arsenal, and Chelsea potentially four. I don't think they're all winning today. I don't think they're all. Well, I think City will win today. Actually, to be fair, I don't see. I didn't see them.
Palace away, yeah.
Palace, yeah, Palace. Even though City are, no Palace. I know they got a good win, but nah, they just something about Palace. They're off. I don't know what it is. And then Forest, again, like I was saying in the chat, I mean, yeah, their form's just, understandably, the form's just nosedives. And even though Man United are still, I don't want to say it, but I still see them beating Forest, to be fair.
Yeah, I think Forest, like,
Mm,
after the Liverpool, yeah, look, they got beat by Man City away.
mm.
Not bad, 3-0. Come on, it's going to happen. But, yeah, Forest against us, Real Madrid. Let's see what they're like against United today, then. You know, that's the thing with teams. Some teams, like, remember Tottenham last season? They were started off really well, then sort of died out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they died out. I just blessed up Nigel in the chat. Also, Marianne, hope you're well. I bet you're
Yeah, big up,
disappointed,
guys.
Marianne, with the postponement, yeah?
Yeah, so we see how the day goes and we'll see. Yeah, man, it's like you said, it's a shame, but we just have to be, it's going to be in the backlog, but yeah, we just have to see what happens, really. That's all we can do. Yeah, big up, Marianne. Big up, big up. How's everyone feeling today? Is everyone a bit disappointed? Or how we all feeling about today? Indeed, Red for life. Indeed, indeed.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are just disappointed, bro. I think because the way we're playing, winning games, okay, we did beat Newcastle, but I just felt like we needed to play today. Just get 3 points on the board early
Yeah,
on the weekend so we could chill then.
yeah. No, 100%, JK. Yeah, Yeah, well, it's gonna be a catalogue backlog. I don't know where they're gonna put their game, but this is football, and we just have to get on for it. And I mean, the Girona game is not going to be just. It is what it is. So that's. I mean, more time for the first team players to rest. Slot. I hope he doesn't. Well, I don't. Yeah, I hope he doesn't play any of the who he thinks he's going to start for next weekend. Just youngsters more, and I want to see Morton. Endo's finally going to get a game. Oh my jeez!
You
If
think?
he doesn't get a game, then there's something wrong, man. If he doesn't start Girona, then there's something wrong. You know. No, Kelleher. The defense is going to be. I'll still rest VVD. You could do. Or bring someone from the reserves under 21s with Girona. I don't think this doesn't matter really. So, rest. I mean, I don't want to see VVD anywhere near that Girona game. So he needs to rest everyone. If he has to pull people from the reserves under 21, so be it.
Exactly.
Give me 2 secs, JK. I'm just going to go mute for a sec. You continue. Just give me a minute or so.
Yeah, so what people going to do instead of watching the Liverpool match? Put that in the chat as well. Yeah, I think a lot of fans are disappointed we're not playing today. I think the Girona game's on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I think the weather should be all right by then. But we're playing away to Girona, so it don't really matter. It's weird. The other day I seen like people in Spain watching the football with T-shirts on. I'm thinking, how warm is it there then? Bit of a mad one. If anyone's in Liverpool, you could just let us know was the storm really that bad, or is it precautionary that it might be a bit risky to play the game or stuff? So whoever's from Liverpool in the chat, let us know. Got the latest weather reports. I was thinking to postpone the game for today. Could they play it tomorrow? But I think it's too short of a gap to get a game live, reschedule the day after and stuff. So I doubt if they can play it tomorrow. Blessopedia. I'll read his comment out. Afternoon. The pros of a postponement outweigh the cons for me. Liverpool look tired, and these conditions were really grim to play in against a long ball team. In a weird sort of way, Hidi, I sort of agree with you. I just felt that we needed a game after the Newcastle result, just to give us a little bit of a breathing space before Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, whoever play later on the weekend. That's the only thing. Yeah, of course, I can imagine us going there. The weather's really grey. Going to Everton, you knew what happened last season there. So for me, yeah, blessing in disguise, maybe. You can look at it in that way. Imagine we went there today and lost 1-0 or 2-0 or whatever it is. And later on, we'd be like, oh, I wish we got it postponed. So I'm looking at it that way. Maybe a blessing in disguise. We never played it today. So that means the rescheduled game would be on an evening. On a Tuesday or Wednesday night now where we haven't got no game, but it's going to be risky to reschedule that game because it seems like we got a game every week. Champions League, we've got the Carabao Cup coming up. Then we've got the FA Cup thrown in. So rescheduling this game is going to be a bit of a mad one. But after this weekend, there might be a lot of games where they need to sort of reschedule. So, yeah. McAllister, yeah. So I don't know what happens with the McAllister red card then. So does McAllister be able to play the next league game because this one's got postponed? So does that red card or his ban carry on in this game? So I'd love to know that. That's one thing we need to find out. Is McAllister be okay? Is it Fulham? We've got Fulham next
Yeah, for the
weekend.
next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got Fulham.
Check.
So will McAllister be suspended for that? I'd love to find out about that one. Because for me, McAllister is our best midfielder, bro. I like Gravenberch, but I just feel that McAllister, when he's playing, yeah, man.
No. I agree, JK. He is. When he's on it, then yeah. Honestly, then yeah.
And
He's our
especially
guy.
against Everton, bro. We need them biters. In a weird sort of way, if McAllister doesn't play Well, he was going to play today, so he'll be ready maybe for the rescheduled game. So for me, it's a blessing in disguise, bro. Because Everton are going to be up for it, and it's windy, it's grey in Liverpool, and you're away at Goodison Park. If it was at Anfield today, I would have been a little bit disappointed. I thought, yeah, home game will do them. But away at Goodison, blessing in
Yeah,
disguise. That's how I'm looking at that today. We got it postponed.
yeah.
Thank God. Imagine we lost 1-0 today, bro. All we would hear this weekend is from Man City, Arsenal, Man United fans until they play. Because I think Arsenal are playing
Oh god.
tomorrow. So they'll be giving it
Yeah,
loads. So,
tomorrow. Yeah,
and we don't really need that stress. But for me, it's just that
yeah.
that these guys, hopefully their games get postponed. That'd be really
Uh-huh.
cool. If their games get postponed, nothing's changed. Then it's all the same. Everyone's in the same boat.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think this is the journey. It's never going to be easy. This is why I don't like. Fair enough. Everyone busy like people for like AGT who um who makes predictions already that we're going to win the league is done. It's not done. This is what I'm saying, man. Like we need to
Mm-hmm.
learn the lessons. We've been here before, 18, 19, 2021. Like we've been here before. Even last season we had a little chance. It's a
Mm-hmm.
whole load of games to go, and this is why, for me, like I said, I remain cautious until we get to the crunch time, and then we can see whether we can win the title or not.
When do you think
January.
when's crunch time for you, bro? Like for me, crunch
Prob
times after the January transfer window's sort of done.
Yeah,
February, March, like you're getting into it then.
yeah,
Like Chill Guy
yeah.
said in the
What?
comments,
Mm.
this game will be rescheduled for April, and that's when Everton find form to save from relegation. And it's probably true, bro.
Well, well, yeah, it's probably similar
you
to
know,
last season. I think, yeah, I think it
that's
was
what happened last
April we
season,
played
yeah.
them. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah, yeah.
they flipping. Yeah, that was one of like again. I keep repeating that was one of the worst performances I've seen from us last
Under
season. We were
Klopp.
shocking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
club where no fight, nothing. It was just like
Mm-hmm.
Renaissance. But slots a different manager. This is what I wanted it just to beat them and just silence them. You know what I mean?
True.
But
Bless Bajan Pops LFC. Bless up, man.
oh,
Hope you cool, bro. Bless up, Chill Guy as
big
well.
up.
Helio.
Big
Everyone
up
in the chat,
Pops,
bless up, man.
big up Pops, yeah. Big up Beijing, Stevie Pops and the guys they were just quickly on their brief yesterday with Mr. Angel, he's a
Mm-hmm.
dangerous one. Pops, you're hanging around with the cartel Pops, yeah? That Mr. Angel, he's a dangerous man. Big up Pops, big up all of you in the chat, man. All you in chat, man.
Let us know what
So
you're going to be
guys,
doing if you're not watching the game
yeah, man, let
in
us
the
know.
chat.
Have you whether you're in the a nice day out with the other half, you're going
Go
on
shopping,
dates, chilling
go
with
shopping or
family,
whatever.
shopping in it, yeah?
Yeah.
You're gonna go for a little marathon run?
Someone wrote in the comments that McAllister will miss the Fulham game then. So that
Yeah, I
carried on
think
in that
so.
game. Yeah. So I was thinking that. But for me, I'd rather him miss the Fulham than the Everton game.
Yeah.
That's how important McAllister is to our team. He's the only midfielder
No,
in our
indeed.
team, really, who gets stuck in. He's like a
Yeah.
DM with flair,
Yeah.
you know. That's why he's a good
Yeah.
player.
Yeah. And just to
Oh,
ask a
okay.
chat, just to
Mhm.
ask a chat, and even to yourself, JK, what's your opinion of Endo? Would you guys in chat? Would you start Endo the next game? What is the
Oh,
situation with him? Because for me,
yeah.
I think he's again depending. I mean, the K-Mac predicted he'll leave in January to Inter Milan. We'll see if that's true. You
Okay.
know, but I feel he's been a little bit harshly done by now. Again, I was never again similar news. I never wanted Endo. And I was
Okay.
thinking, and I think a lot of fans. I don't know if yourself, JK, you can answer this in a minute. When
Mm-hmm.
we got him, it was like it's a bit underwhelming. It's like there's so other midfielders younger, even at good prices we could have got. But fair play to Endo. When he did come in for the majority of last season, he was very good and he was crucial. Played a good
Mm-hmm.
run of games, solidified himself, and this season he's just been the bit start player. Now I know Gravenmack, just 3 minutes here to short games, and I'm just not liking that because at the end of the day, if we are going to potentially win this title, Mac or especially Grav,
Mm-hmm.
let's focus on Grav. He needs to be rested and he needs to be utilized. Otherwise,
Hmm.
What is the point? So yeah, what's your thoughts, chat, and what's your thoughts first, Joey K on Endo?
Like for me, Endo, like when we signed him, I chatted to a few guys who got season tickets at Stuttgart. They told me he's a grafter. He's going to put 100% in, and you've seen it, bro. He was our best player last season for a while, for about 2, 3 months. The guy was playing every game. He was doing a job. This year, Gravenberch sort of took that role up. But for me, I think Endo is the type of guy you need to have in a squad. Not just one of them, at least two of them. They're going to come on and sort of secure the. Look at Rodri at Man City.
Hmm.
He's missed the whole season. That's why Man City are where they are. A DM is very important. I think Gravenberch sort of has covered that role. But for me, Endo should be like now, today, like Pops is asking, is it a blessing in disguise? For me, it is a blessing in disguise because people like Gravenberch, Virgil, they're not going to be playing this weekend. They can relax, get ready for Girona. Girona, another game coming up next week. I want to win that game. So for me, I want a strong team out because I want to stay at the
Okay.
top of that table because I think it just gives us a bit of like what's that word? I wouldn't say that aura about the team. We're top of the league. Like it makes you play better. Why? Because you're top of the league. But for me,
No.
Endo, yeah. Give him game time. Why not? He's come on as sub this season and he's done okay.
Yeah.
And that'll give opportunity for Gravenberch to rest. Gravenberch has played nearly every minute of the season, you know what I mean? They got the
Yeah.
fault
He's
off
dying
against
for a rest.
Newcastle. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's dying for a rest, and yeah, no, that's fair play, JK. You see, JK, he's got his German contacts out, guys. You see, you know, you know. I tell you, James, the German. Anything you want to know in Germany, just ask JK, ladies and gentlemen. He'll give you
Yeah.
all the info. Believe me.
I
No,
found out
no,
about
that's
Endo's like bang bang. He was pretty like he's a good player. I've seen him play a few times before, but I
okay.
didn't know he was that good. He's a pretty good player, man.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
what were you saying?
were you? No, I was going to say, Jay. So when we first bought him, were you in the camp thinking like, nah, I don't want him, or you thinking, all right, cool, another a good addition to the squad?
You know what it is, bro? We're Liverpool are a club where even Ray Houghton or Peter Beasley coming back in this January transfer window coming up, we'd be thankful. That's
Mm.
where we're at. And that's because of the owners, the way we run. Endo was like a last resort sort of signing after we went to for Casado. Casado, we offered 115 million. They're saying Endo cost 16 million.
Mm.
So business wise, yeah, it was a cheaper deal. Did Endo play better than Casado last season? I think he did. Casado this season, yeah,
Yes.
different type of player. Don't get me wrong. He's a good
Mm.
little player, Casado. Not my cup of tea, but yeah, this season he's been pretty good for Chelsea.
Mm.
Endo hasn't had no game time. Why? Manager probably don't want to play that type of guy, in a defensive role all the time. But when you look at slot sort of tactics, he isn't like a Klopp, 100 miles per hour straight away from the start. So for me, Endo is the type of guy a slot could play. It's weird. It's really weird. I'm surprised he didn't play him that much.
No, no, I agree. I 100% agree, JK. And Everton's in certain games. We need someone. We just need someone different, man. Someone like Endo just keeps it simple. Just he'll win the ball and he'll just pass it to the people that can do this stuff. Yes, he might not have the blistering pace, track back, but he's a good. He's a good for certain games, and yeah, and we need to utilize this. Otherwise, or because well, I think you can see Slot doesn't trust Morton, so Endo is
Yeah,
ahead of
Morton
Morton.
hasn't.
We can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's just again, this is key. This is key. But funny enough, JK, let me pick on another point, and again, chat just relate against Girona. How you said you'll go for a strong lineup,
Mm-hmm.
which I kind of understand that. I'll probably be the opposite from Girona.
Okay.
So my question to you, as JK's answered the chat, what lineup would you go? And I know the injuries we've got. Would you pull some certain players from the under 21s, the reserves team to start against Girona? just put it in the chat. Just how would you go about this? Because it's an interesting one. It's a good dilemma because of this West, we've got the option of who we want to play against Girona, and we're practically through now. So
Yeah, that's true. But I think like as the more I look at today's game being postponed, it gives our players less 90 minutes less in their system. You know what I mean? And that getting ready for the game before, after all this shenanigans, doing interviews and stuff. They don't have to do nothing like that now, so they can chill. So for me, they can play Girona, no problem, bro. Because for me, we have to stay at top of that table. I don't want to go there and lose, and losing, like when you're on top of the table in both sort of tables, bro, you got to keep winning. We're only going to do that if we play a good enough team. Like, who can we bring in from the youth teams, really? Morton, yeah, one guy. Connor Bradley's injured. Kwanzaa's already playing.
yeah,
Harvey
I think
Elliott could get a
Beck.
start, like coming back from injury. Like for
100%.
me,
That'd be great.
Endo, Harvey Elliott, and Curtis Jones. Would you play that against Girona?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, just anyone that's reserved. Maybe, and again, I don't know if Owen Beck is out on loan because I know Robbo's been playing non-stop. So I wouldn't play Robbo at all if Owen Beck's. I think he might be on loan. If someone can confirm that in the chat, I'd play him. If not, because I mean, it's hard. One or two injuries. I mean, Virgil. That's the thing. Because if I say I want Virgil to rest, I don't really want him to play Girona. But again, because Bradley's out and Konate's out, then see, this is a difficult one. It's like unless we've got someone in the in the reserves, I don't think we've got anyone particularly. But yeah, it's a difficult one. Okay, it's a difficult one due to a few injuries here and there. But try and rest as much players as we can against Girona, in my opinion, anyway.
You think so, yeah? I just feel this
Yeah,
weekend, Virgil not playing. It's Wednesday, the game, yeah? I think it's Wednesday. Let me have a quick check.
yeah,
I'll have a quick
I think
check.
so.
For me, they'd be ready for the game, bro. They've
Yeah.
sort of. I just feel that. 1 second. I'll quickly tell you if it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay. Girona away is on the 10th. So that is.
Okay.
That's the Tuesday, yeah. So we're playing Tuesday then. Okay. Just clarified that. I thought it was a Wednesday. Okay, so we're
Okay.
playing Tuesday. So realistically, even if we played today, they're going to be straight going into that Girona game, like mentally thinking about it already, because it's away as well. They'd have to travel. So I'm thinking today is sort of, we're all disappointed the game's not playing. I'm really looking forward to it. I was really looking forward to it. But I think it's a blessing in disguise the more and more I look at it. The game's on Tuesday against Girona away. It's not Anfield, so we have to travel. Guys will be chilled. Virgil could probably play 60 minutes, get the job done maybe early on instead of just like playing second half really good. If we get the job done early on, get 1 or 2 goals, then we can afford to bring certain players off for the Fulham game then,
No, I agree. It looks like a certain Irishman has entered the building. Good morning to you,
Nice
bro.
one, Brian.
Yeah, how we doing, boys?
We're all good, bro. Disappointed the
Oh, good.
game's not on, but the more and more
Yeah.
we look at it, blessing in disguise for me. Yeah.
It is now. It is right now because we need it, but it's where they try and jam this in.
Yeah.
Where are they going to try and jam this fucker in? Because you have so many competitions now. There's always so many free. Hardly ever any free fucking spaces. So it's going to be like you said. I think, Jake, I was kind of when I was getting up earlier on. Thanks for coming on. I don't want it down, but I think it was you were saying, Jake, it's going to be on like some Tuesday or Wednesday night kind of thing. Yeah, it definitely will. It'll just be some random Tuesday night.
Yeah. And I think whatever games get postponed this weekend, they'll be all sort of grouped together. There'll be a weekend in the season where they'll be like a weekday in the season. They'll be like, yeah, let's play all them games there. I don't really like reschedule games because of the because it's a schedule, you know, and the team knows which week what they're doing and that. And so this game they're not going to know until later on when it's going to be rescheduled. So it might upset the thingy, but hopefully the Man City game and all these other games get postponed as well. So everyone's in the same boat. So no one gets 3 points on us this weekend, you know. You know what Arsenal fans
That's
are going
the
to be doing?
worst bit.
That's the
the
worst, but
worst.
that's the only bad side of this happening
Yeah.
today is that them teams will get the 3 points on us and we're not playing. It doesn't matter if we played or not. It was like we're not playing, so they're going to get 3 points on us. Hence why hopefully they get postponed as well.
Yeah, I reckon I haven't heard any. I don't know, the lads might be over there. I mean, the best way to get these is by listening to the local BBC stations. They'll be the first ones with news about what's going on. I haven't seen any even kind of talk about potential. It's just our game is off and that's it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any other.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
I'll check
getting the usual stories now. There's a 15-year-old kid that used all his life well, I mean, not life, say he's 15, you know, but used all his savings to attend the final league derby at Goodison. Yeah, he flew in from Sydney. He's 15.
Oh, wow, damn. Wow,
and
that's crazy. Where's his parents? Who did you got?
Yeah, I think he came to watch the Wolves game and something went wrong, and so yeah, he came back. I don't know. I just tried glancing at it there. I mean, his name is Mackenzie. His first name is Mackenzie, so I have no sympathy for him. Anyway, yeah, you always get these things, don't you? It is. I mean, I was kind of saying to somebody, oh, well, look, it's mainly only local fans, but there won't be. There'll be people from all over the world. It's not just him. There'll be Liverpool fans from all over the world that have come in to see this. But really, what can you do? Like that is the fucking chance you take. Going to watch anything can happen. You're going to watch a football match. So yeah, using all your savings to fly around the world. Yeah, I think there was a good. What were you talking about there? Endo, was it? What were you talking about? Endo. What were you saying about Endo? Was it? What was the chat there?
Yeah, we was talking about Endo. Should he get game time? To give Gravenberch a bit of relaxed breathing space. You know what I mean? He's come on recently, Endo, in the last games where he's come on for about 10 minutes and stuff. You know, and when he's came on, he's doing well. Like for me, he just cleaned up and he did what he needed to do. But I've played him against Girona. I think. If we can rest Gravenberch, I think out of all the squad, Gravenberch, Salah, and Virgil are the 3 guys I'd rest if we can against Girona. But other than that, I'd get everyone else in. Like for me, Trent just come back from injury, I'd start him. You know, give Kwanzaa a bit more game time so he can get a bit more confidence in his game for the Premier League game against Fulham. You know, so you could play a lot of first teamers around it. But for me, Endo has to sort of get involved in the Girona game.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I saw. I mean, I think what you were saying about him is correct. I mean, we went for the dude. We missed out on him, Saicedo. We had a sniff around a few other places. Maybe we looked at someone and he was too expensive. Maybe we looked at someone else and it wouldn't work out. And then they use their contacts. Schmacke knows the German league.
Yep.
He probably knew we can get a deal done with Stuttgart for this guy. And yeah, in he comes. Purely as a stopgap.
Yeah.
And not only does he come in purely as a stopgap, he's another manager's stopgap. He's Jurgen's choice. He's Schmatke's choice. So I don't really see a future for him under. I mean, he's played 20 minutes in the league all season.
That's mad. Yeah, that's mad.
So when people say, "Oh, he can do this, he can do that," I kind of think, where's this myth coming from? he has played 6 times and he has 6 Premier League appearances, 20 minutes in total. He has 1 Champions League appearance, 1 minute in total.
No.
So what is it that you've seen Endo do? All these people that are saying he can come in and do this, he can come in. What are you basing this on? What performances under Arne Slot, not under Jurgen Klopp, because it's a completely different system. What performances are you basing this on? I saw someone say earlier on that they feel sorry for Endo. Endo is 31 years of age. He was in Germany.
He's loving it. Yeah.
He probably thought he had reached the peak of his career in Germany, Japanese international, coming into his 30s. Yeah. Then he gets picked up by one of the biggest clubs in world football and given it. If you feel sorry for Endo, no, man. No, he is living the dream. He's making an awful lot of money. He's living a very good life. He's playing in one of the biggest clubs in the world. He is privileged and honored, as some people like to say, to be at the club, be playing for the club. The idea that I feel sorry for him because he's not playing football every week. No, I'm not in that good a mood this morning, lads. Sorry.
Sure. Okay. Someone's rushed off the wrong way, bro.
I mean, Brian wanted the game on. I was getting when it was postponed, but it's true what you're saying though. Like for me, Endo he's sort of living the dream. He's thinking, you know what? Yeah. Stuttgart was my pinnacle. I've gone to Liverpool, playing under Klopp, like the biggest manager in the world, like him and Pep. So he's thinking, But for me, as a footballer, you want to be playing games. That's what you're there. That's what you're at a club for, you know. Yeah, you're going to get paid well, don't get me wrong. But you want some game time. I think Slot, for some reason, doesn't give Endo game time because he didn't really know the guy. As such, as a footballer, like he'll know about Gravenberch, he'll know about Gapco and Virgil. Why? They're from Holland, so he would have done his homework on them already. Endo, not that type of guy. Hence why I don't think Endo's been given that much game time because he don't really know the player. Hence why no one at the club have told him about last year's situation where as soon as Endo went missing, we went missing. We sort of were derailed at the time. Endo sort of was one of our best players, if not the best. He got injured. We weren't good enough again. So the importance of having a DM, I don't think no one really told Arne Slot about that. The importance of a DM. Gravenberch has done that job pretty well, bro. I looked at some of the stats. Gravenberch is on top of the list of the most interceptions. I think Trent's up there with the tackles. I think he's second. So for me, Endo, why not give him the Girona game? You know, get a draw there even, no problem. Away.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's difficult. I'm not sure JK is a question of not knowing him because he probably might not have known about McAllister's other people in the squad. He might not have known them, but the fact for whatever reason he just doesn't rate him. I don't know why. He just doesn't rate him. It's nothing to know it, because he really should be. It's been 40 games. He should have at least started one. It's not like he could not come on, and he's got, and like Pop says, and he's got proven back records from last season. So I just don't understand why he wouldn't. Because at some point, obviously this game has been cancelled. We're gonna need to rotate these. And again, if he's still at the club, then he's gonna need to play. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a limp end to like last season. And this is my worry. This is why I say that is a long way to go until we get to March, April. Then we can have a clear indication where we are because there's a lot of games. So rest. Grav needs to be rest. At my point, at some point, and everyone will disagree with me on this. VVD needs a rest. Salah at some point, as good as he is, at least one game, he needs a rest. They all to be refreshed and refired for the end part of the season. Because look what happened last season. We were there, and 1 or 2 injuries came back. We had injuries to the end, but even when the players came back, we just, again, I don't know what it is, loss of form, whatever you call it. We just limped to the end of the line. And again, there's a number of reasons of that. The players, etc. Klopp's, for me, like I said, Klopp's decision in terms of saying, I mean, we discussed it. We discussed it last season. Him and Nash and the leaving bit, which for me didn't help. But So again, the key is rotation. If we're gonna win this league, certain players need to get the chance. And Endo, for me, he needs to be given game time, 1 or 2. He's a decent enough player. It's a no-brainer.
Can you see him playing as a lone six against Arsenal?
Endo, this is a good question. I'm just thinking about last season. Did he?
Arsenal, Chelsea, someone like that. Bayern. One of them big games.
Bayern, no. I'm just thinking because did he play in the? Did he play in the?
He's played in the cup this year.
Yeah, possibly because he played. I'm sure. Again, I need to look at the game. I'm sure he played in the FA Cup against Arsenal, or the 1-1 draw last season at Anfield. So I mean, potentially he could. Potentially, it depends on what our midfield is. Yeah, he could. Yeah, he could.
Yeah, he's played twice in the League Cup this year, and he played 146 minutes. So he's playing most of the League Cup games.
Yeah.
I just think it's a system thing. I need to remember I am not on my own channel, so I need to be a little bit less reactionary. So I will be. I'll hold my tongue a little bit. I'll say
get the background, guys. Get the background.
Yeah. So yeah, I just think, look, sometimes it's the obvious thing, really, isn't it? Like, I mean, he was a stopgap, short-term guy that we brought in because we didn't get the DM that we needed. That should be just accepted. That's fine. That's a great job to get. I'd be loved to be offered that job. Do you want to come to Liverpool and do a job for us for a season? We might not need you long term, but would you be? Is that something you'd be prepared to do? You know, yeah. Bite your hand off. Come in and look, if off the back of that you then get a move to a club like Marseille or something like that, like you nearly did. That's all great. That's all part of football. That's not about, like, I would feel sorry for the guy if he was one of our best players last year and a new manager came in. You know, he's 25, 26. He's getting his career going or something like that. He was really good for us. He falls out with a manager who comes in. A manager comes in, really, for some reason, does not like him, makes an example of him, and drops him out of the team. I would feel sorry for a player like that. But I just think Endo he's come in and pretty much he knows that it's a squad game. And at a team like Liverpool, you have to be bloody good to get in that team every single week. And he's good, but is he absolutely brilliantly bloody good? I don't know. I just think he's that. People should just be like, hey, look, that's what happens. Sometimes you bring in a guy to pick up a bit of slack or to fill a gap. And everybody fell in love with him. We're getting all this fucking Japanese, we're getting all this Scouse samurai bullshit from minute one, like he's flown in with a cape on his back, you know, like out of a manga cartoon, and he's coming here, he's just kicking ass all over the Premier League. People flying left, right, karate kicks and kung fu chops, like, you know.
But for me, bro, he was one of our best players for about 2-3 months last season. As soon as he got injured, we fell apart, bro. Hence why I got respect for the guy. He came in, 31-year-old. He wasn't like £100 million signing or something. He was 16 million. So for me, peanuts really when you look at it. But he did better than what I thought he would do last season.
That's the
this season he came on. He played about 10 minutes against someone recently. Truth, he looked great. Kept it simple, and I think sometimes you need that type of guy in a squad, even though he might not play. Like someone said in the chat, he's good to chuck on with 10-15 minutes, just trying to sort of hold a 1-0, 2-0 lead. He's the perfect guy to go to. He knows. Do you remember when he first came in? He kept on getting yellow cards. Slowly, he realised when to get that yellow card. Before he didn't do it, he just got a yellow card whenever. But slowly, he got used to the pace, got used to the game. He started getting yellow cards later on in the game. So for me, he's a clever little guy, you know, good little guy to have in the squad. If we bought him this January, I think a lot of fans would be like, "Oh, who is he?" And then if he did a job what he did last season around that January, February time, we'd be like, "Yo, this guy's good addition to the squad." You know, I just think with the age, if he was 21 and he was that good, like he was last season, yeah, we would all be like, "Yeah, man, what a player." So for me, he hasn't done anything wrong, really. He's even scored against Fulham. But I'd play him against Fulham. Remember that goal against Fulham he scored?
Oh yeah, that was a great strike.
Great
Funny
strike,
enough,
man.
I was watching that game again, and all four of the strikes were world class strikes
Yeah,
for
big
great
goals in that
goals.
game.
Yeah,
McAllister,
quality
yeah.
goals. Trent, yeah, Trent, yeah. Flipping hell, it's a game. That gave a great goals. Jeez, and
Yeah.
there's a wins. Yeah, happy days.
And Fulham have got Arsenal tomorrow.
Listen, I'm telling you, man, I see Fulham beating Arsenal.
Yeah, Fulham at home, yeah.
Yeah, beat them last season. They're in a good run of form. I don't see Arsenal winning the game, at least.
Mm-hmm. If Fulham get a win there, and we haven't played, so we've got a game in hand on them. So that can work out in that way. So that's what I mean about
Yeah.
football. There's so much ways it can work out and not work out. For me, it work out if them two teams are playing, City, Chelsea, and Arsenal, all them teams, if they're all going to play this weekend, if they all lose, job done. It's been a good weekend then.
Yeah, true. I think again with the Endo situation, I think it's just pretty simple in regards to slot. If you're not selling him in January, then you need to use him. But if he's going and you're gonna get someone to replacement, then fair enough. And that's it really, because he needs like a decision either way or not, because otherwise then we're gonna struggle.
Do we not know for a fact that the only reason he's still here is because he didn't go? Because Zubi didn't join? He was gone if Zubi joined, right?
Well, the way
Could be, yeah.
yeah, Brian, the way it's looking like he looks like he could be, yeah. Bless up, Red Armchair. Bless up,
Bless up, Red
man.
Archer. Nigel.
Yeah, well, the way Slot is making it out, it could be, and I'm just not liking. Like I said, those Slots had a great season, but no one is perfect, and I just don't like the way he's managing that situation. If I'm honest, but of course, because we've done well, so it's not, and
Yeah, and
just
also Endo is the type of guy who's not going to go on the newspapers, make some stuff up. I'm not getting game time. Slot's a bit of a dictator. This, that, and the other. He's kept it cool. He's getting paid well. His family are probably happy there. He's playing for a big club in the world, you know. So he's cool. In that way, I'm
I'd
happy
be
about Endo.
happy.
Endo is the type of guy you need in your squad. He's very sort of quiet, but he's a tough guy on the pitch.
yeah,
I'm not overhyping him. I know what Brian's saying about it. A lot of fans
yeah,
do that nowadays. They go over the top with certain players like Sabotzlai. A lot of people's accounts are named after Sabotzlai. This, that, and the other. He's the greatest Hungarian, Gerard, and all this sort of stuff. For me, I've always got confidence in my players. You play for Liverpool, I'm going to say you're good. You know, it's up to you now. Show us on the pitch. So for me, Endo, I don't really worry about Endo because of his attitude. He's not going to make no drama, and he's not going to cry to the tabloids and make some stuff up. He's a good player to have in the squad if need be. I've got no problems with the guy.
Yeah, he's the classic never going to let you down player, isn't he?
yeah,
Never
yeah.
going to give you up. Yeah.
Like, never gonna get you, girl. You're mine.
Rick Rolling is alive and well,
But bro, look at the other players who are in squads who are on the subs bench and they're not getting any game time. Look at their faces, and compared to Endo's, you know, Endo comes in, does a job, goes back off, you know.
Yeah, feel hard done by, yeah. Like
I
I
think
said,
him and
but
Salah and Virgil are the three sort of, and Allison are the main professional guys in our squad. Yeah.
would you? I would add Robbo to that.
Yeah, even Robbie, yeah.
Yeah, Robbo.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
he's
add Trent to that, but for me, the rest of them, yeah.
yeah. That's it. Speaking of which,
Exactly, Red
guys,
Archer, yeah. a wise old head in the squad. There's a place for them too. Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, disagree. Yeah, regardless. Yeah, they're to be used. Speaking of which, guys, what we said in the WhatsApp chat, should we put that out to the masses, or should we wait for 12th once he's ready? Should that be for another day?
Well, you can have a chat about it. If you want to throw it out there.
Yeah.
Is that Owen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, go bro.
All right, guys. So we've been having a discussion for the last on and off day or two, just about the whole Mark Owen. What's your opinion about him? What he brought to the club? Do you classify him as a legend? A nice words, a scumbag, so to speak. Yeah. So what is just what's your thoughts on Owen in general as a Liverpool player? Where do you rank him among our strikers? Is it never forget, never forgive, or would you say he was harshly treated by? What's your opinion? We've been on and off about this debate with Owen. Like for me personally, just to start off, I don't harbor any bad feelings towards Owen. If I'm honest, he was naive. Probably, I've got his book actually. Right, actually, before I've read his book, and yeah, as Brian has said, which you once say, he's a bit of a weirdo. But I do feel for him a little bit. I can't lie. I mean, I think a lot of opinions strongly hate him, but the people forget the fact that he wanted to come back to Liverpool twice, and it was nothing to do with money. He just was ignored. He just wasn't wanted. That's the thing. And the Man United thing, in hindsight, he would have taken it back. But for his position, again, he still felt he had stuff to contribute at the highest level, and I get it, but he had Everton. I think it was at Everton, Hull, and Man United. And I think for him, it wasn't the fact of going to Man United. It's working with Fergie. I think that was the factor. And I feel that if Liverpool came in for him, let's just say they didn't, but it would have come straight back to us. So but I can understand. Again, that's just my opinion anyway. I can understand your thoughts. And as a striker, I think sometimes he gets slept on again. Apart from, yeah, he's the last English player to win Ballon d'Or, and in the era with Shevchenko, Fieri, Trezeguet, Del Piero, that is a big feat. But then again, some of you can say, well, he didn't hit 25 goal period in the Premiership, but he scored goals and he scored in crucial moments, a big game player. And again, so so yeah, I mean, what's your opinion, chat? And I'll just let JK and Bryce say the piece about it.
Go ahead, JK. Oh, JK's on mute.
Yeah, he's on mute.
Pop's saying, one of the best young players we have ever seen, but I feel his current persona as a pundit is doing more to harm his reputation / legacy with us, in my opinion.
That's fair enough. Fair assessment.
Yeah. Marian's saying Owen's a tricky one because when he went to Man United, it tarnished his reputation here, and plus he doesn't seem likable at all. Yeah, he's no Endo. He's definitely no Endo. I'm only joking, Marion. You know I love you. I'd be with Pops. I think as the kind of the Owen era, kind of a lot of that was around my hiatus from football, let's say. For probably the best part of 10, 15 years, I really stopped paying attention to football. I was just doing other things. And it wasn't until sort of settled down a bit more, my life settled down a bit more, I wasn't always on the move or I wasn't always doing something, started watching the game again. That's the last sort of, it's the last 10 years, maybe 15 years again. So I kind of I wasn't one of those people that watched it every week when he was here. So I've had to kind of look back on everything he's done, look back on everything that he did when he at the club, and you look at world football at the time. I think it is unfair that what's happened, just one poor move, really. I don't even count the Madrid one. I don't really hate him for that one. It's just that Man United one. And when you actually look at what he did, if it wasn't for injuries, you know, if it wasn't for injuries, he'd have Shearer numbers. He had 2 golden boots by the time he was 20. Like, he never scored more than 20, but he had 2 golden boots. So he was a top Premier League goal scorer. So he was scoring more than anybody else. And he won a Ballon d'Or by the time he was 21. Last Liverpool player to win a Ballon d'Or. Last English player, like you said. He scored. I mean, he was probably... He was better than Mbappe at 18, 19. And Mbappe at 18, 19, look at his numbers. It was incredible. Owen was as good as that. Owen was easily as good as Mbappe, if not better. He could do more. He was a much more creative player. He gets known as a goal scorer. He'd do a lot more now. He could cross the ball. He could dribble. He could pass. He could play and build up. And one of just the greatest finishers I've ever seen. So for that, to me, he's a Liverpool. He won't be an icon because people have to look up to icons. People don't like him, I suppose, now. But I think as a player, I think what he's done gets overlooked because of what he done afterwards. I think he's one of our greatest ever footballers. What do you want to call him? Our greatest ever players or representatives? I don't know. But yeah, to me, he should. Yeah, same with Robbie. You know, they were both unlucky. Robbie got forced out of the club, as we all know that. Basically, got forced out to Leeds by Houllier. But I just think Michael Owen, if people look, just like, I don't watch half an hour of him, 20 minutes of him, and you'll just realize what player he was and what player what a striker can do, how good a striker can be. Yeah, man, I don't really, legacy is something I'd like to do a show about because I don't really understand the whole legacy thing. I think it's a word that people just throw around without thinking about it because it seems to mean a lot of different things to different people. You know, what legacy is. I think, you know, Trent would have a legacy here no matter what he did. Now, unless he did the whole, you know, throwing the match over his shoulder kind of thing when he walks out, you know, burn the place to the ground. Other than that, yeah, I think Michael just made his personality. I'm not going to really judge him on that. It is weird. He's odd. I don't like listening to him, but I just think as a player, he's totally overlooked, completely overlooked these days. And I think it shows how loyal some fans actually are. They pretend to be loyal. They pretend to love the players. They pretend to have this undying love for the club and the players. And then the player does one thing in a career, 20 years, and all of that is just thrown out the window. It all goes out the window immediately. I think that's a little bit unfair. I think it's genuinely unfair. Yeah, no, I'd stand and fight with him all day. Or stand and fight for him all day. I really would. I would fight the corner for Michael Owen all day as a player at Liverpool. Pundit, ex-Man, all that crap. I don't care. But as a player, just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. So many managed to drag that. And it's funny, the last bit that kind of got to me, Bri, which he said kind of made me think it's certain players, but we've got certain players on who have played for us who've done 10 times worse than Owen. But somehow they get more love or more adoration, which is a bit unfair in my opinion. So yeah.
Like he won the fucking Ballon d'Or at Liverpool. Nobody has done that since. All those teams we've had since, nobody's even come close.
No.
You know, but like some guy that's played 10 games, he gets called a hero. You know, do you have to come and profess undying love for Liverpool and say, I'll never leave? I mean, some of these people that say that, they join Madrid. They'll join Madrid. If they were in Owen's position as a player, some of these people that were out there, if they'd been in his position, looking what we were doing and looking what was going on, they would have joined Madrid.
Oh, 100%.
A lot of them would.
Yeah, 95%. Yeah.
Yeah, but when I look at
No, sorry, Joe. I think Lazo, you know, legacy isn't just about the player and what he did for the club. That's what I mean. I'd like to do a show about that to see what it means to everybody, because I can just see it seems to mean something different to everybody. But yeah, JK, go ahead. What's your thoughts on Mickey O?
It sort of intertwines with Pops' comment there. Like, I look at the bigger picture, and for me, Owen went to Man United. Like, in the world of football, that's like cheating on your partner, taking all their money, the houses, everything, dogs, the fish, everything. That's like that. That's that type of move. So for me, Owen did that. He knew if he went to Man United, that legacy he had with the Liverpool fans, even though he left, people didn't mind Michael Owen when he went to Newcastle, went to Real Madrid, whatever he went. Okay, cool. But we wouldn't have minded him if he ended up at, say, I don't know, Leeds United or whatever, a team like that, you know, like a big team, Villa or someone like that, you know, but not Man United. That was the problem there, bro. And I think that's going to tarnish his whole career as a footballer. He went to, even guys who support Chelsea, West Brom, Luton, or whatever, they know themselves. They'll be like, yo, you don't do that move there. You don't play for Liverpool and end up at Man United or the vice versa. Paul Ince did it. You know, he was one of the few who did it. Because it don't really happen that much. You know, there's this sort of standoff between the two clubs in regards to players. We don't do business with Man United and vice versa.
Yeah, do you remember Einz? Do you remember when we were? Remember that?
Yeah.
And
He would have been great.
Plus,
yeah.
Yeah, he went, no, that's not happening. He'd allowed him to leave. He said, I want to leave. Gabriel Heinze, Argentinian left back, just in case anyone in the chat is wondering. Brilliant player, ended up going to Madrid, but he wanted to leave Man United. And Fergie was like, yeah, look, you can leave. You know, he wanted to leave. It wasn't. And then, so he's like, cool, so I can leave. Yeah. And he was all ready to do a deal with Liverpool. Fergie found out he's about to sign for Liverpool? No, that ain't happening. Stopped it. You know, like it is. I think it's like Pops is just saying there. It's not a direct move. Like there's more. Like Ince went to Inter, then comes back. Even that was a bit touchy. But I think Owen had. Everyone knew. To me, the main thing about Owen was everyone knew when Owen went to Man United, he was finished, completely and utterly done. I think he only ever scored one goal for them. I think that for me made it helped the fact that it was like, I don't know, what would be 6-7 years between when he left us and when he joined United, if not even more. So I think we've ever had one. I think you have to go back to the 60s or something like that, don't you, to find a guy that moved directly in either direction, that either went from Liverpool to United or went to United from Liverpool. I know there's this famous guy everyone always brings up, those old guys. Yeah, it is a really, really tough, because like for someone like you, Jake, it just starts and ends with the fact that he joined United, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's the way you should look at life as well. Like that as a bigger picture. Looking at Michael Owen, what he did. I think he was sort of overplayed at Liverpool.
But JK, I don't want to be. But are you looking at the bigger picture when you say? Because you say basically like it comes down to one thing and one thing only. He joined United.
Yep.
Like what I'm saying is, I am looking at the whole thing, and in all of what he did for Liverpool, there's enough there. Like, do you not? So like literally, so you're saying that like if he'd won 3 leagues for us and 2 Ballon d'Ors, the fact he joined United, still that'd be it.
Yeah, still, yeah.
That's harsh, bro. Okay.
That's the rivalry, bro. Have you heard the Man United fans? They hate us more than we don't like them. Let's get that clarified. And what it is, bro, these Man United fans who are content creators go after Liverpool even when Liverpool aren't even playing. You know, they actually do watch-alongs for Liverpool games now, so they can take the piss out of us. You know, so for me, there would have been a lot of Man United fans thinking, look at that, Michael Owen, one of your sort of greatest sort of players back in the days, has come to us. You know, that was like, oh, we got one up on you. It's like football is a weird thing, but that rivalry between Man United and Liverpool is, for me, the greatest one on earth. You got your Inter, AC Milan, you got these teams, Real Madrid, Barcelona, for example. But for me, the Man United Liverpool one is the one. And you just don't play for Man United. If you play for Liverpool, and the way Michael Owen played for Liverpool, he was sort of welcomed into the Liverpool sort of club as like Steven Gerrard was, like you're born, like he was born in Liverpool, supported Liverpool as a kid. We respected Michael Owen in that sort of status. The only thing with Michael Owen is this: what I heard back in the days was we overplayed him at his youth levels, and early on in his career, that he sort of destroyed himself. And I think that's the beef he's got with Liverpool Football Club, Michael Owen. That he was overplayed. And I'm thinking, when you're a little kid, you want to be playing them games. Don't give me that you got overplayed. I think you were saying the other day on the show, Brian, about he was like one of the best players, and could be one of the best players in the world, if not the best player. You were saying someone said that, yeah, I remember. So for me, he had that in him, bro. But for me, his attitude was, at Liverpool, he was overplayed, and it ruined the rest of his career. And that's the beef. That's why he went to Man United. That's my opinion.
Yeah, he splits even today. Like he splits opinion. He really splits opinion. I just think if you're to judge him on a player, then we'd all be in the same boat. If we're just talking about how good he was purely at football, I think we'd all be in agreement. The guy was phenomenal. And yeah, he said himself, because of the injuries he'd had, by the time he went to Madrid, he was past his best in terms of
still good though.
Yeah, in terms of his raw acceleration. He couldn't quite do that, but even that version of himself was still pretty good.
Yeah, his goal ratio was very good at Madrid. He scored in Clasico, yeah. Scored in Clasico, yeah. But obviously, he's playing arguably the greatest striker in the real Ronaldo. So yeah, he's still doing bits, but again, it's hard. But again, I just think there's context to that. I've read his book, and I don't agree with everything he's done, but I do feel for him a little bit. Because it's not like this guy just he was begging, after Real Madrid, he's begging to come back. But the club didn't want to. They didn't put the funds, or whatever reason, didn't make the effort to buy him back. That's down to the manager and board. So,
I seen when I was in England just now, there's this game show called Tipping Point.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Owen was on it.
Yeah.
Michael Owen was on it. Yeah. You got to watch it, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, Michael Owen. But Mike, he looked like, he's doing well for himself with the horses and this and that. Fair play to him. Like, for me, they've got to earn their money, carry on. But it's just that Man United thing. I think that is that's like a little knife in the back, like sort of thing. Hence why I don't really like the guy or respect the guy in that way. I understand what you guys are saying when he came on the scene. He was, wow, people like this guy is something special, Him and Robbie Fowler out of them days. I don't know what happened to Owen. I don't know what happened to him, man. Something happened to him for him to go to Man United. And the thing is, when you look at the sports media world, which Liverpool player, ex-Liverpool player, comes on any of them shows or commentary or whatever it is, and actually sort of respects the club? There's not many. When you really look at it, Owen, McManaman, Danny Murphy, they've all had their little hits at Liverpool, like even that Warnock guy, Stefan Warnock and that, he's constantly on it, So there's something that happens to these players at Liverpool, what us fans don't know, that actually gets them jobs, and also it allows them to spout rubbish all the time. Like Stephen Warnock, when you hear him talk, you think, God, bloody hell, this guy's Maradona, Pelé, and bloody Van Basten all in one. The way Warnock talks, you think this guy knows his football, but when you really look at it, the guy's a bit of a hater. In his voice, he's like, that's why he's on Sky Sports every day. Why? Because he fits their tone. You understand? Anti-Liverpool, played for Liverpool, but he's anti-Liverpool. Yeah, man, get out of here. You got a problem with Liverpool? Do it in your own private time. Don't come on bloody the main TV station in the UK and start spouting that crap all the time, man. Like, give it a rest, bro. If it weren't for Liverpool, you wouldn't even be on Sky Sports now. You would have probably played for Stockport or Bolton or someone. Yeah, no one gonna knew who he was. Yeah, man.
Everyone does smoke, but it's like I'm not in the mood for Endo loving JK. Hi, some of these pundits. What's
No,
going on
I
me
like
to do today?
people.
But yeah, I hear what you say.
You understand what I'm saying, bro? Like, have you heard McManaman
Yeah, I
commentate
understand. I
on our
understand.
games?
Yeah.
You're like, bro,
Yeah.
give it a rest, man.
I'm just going to get a cup of tea, okay?
No,
Yeah,
worries,
no,
love.
go for it, bro. We'll do this. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I
just
get it,
good, you
JK.
know?
Yeah, no. I get it. It's some of the punditry, but again, they're here, and some of the opinions good. Some of the opinions, is a bit right. Like the whole Carragher thing. You got that, again, people going overboard and this and that. Even again, the other day I saw a clip. I think Neville asked Carragher, "What would you say in terms of importance? Which Liverpool player would you sign a contract?" And he said VVD. For his defender, leader, etc. Trent, because of obviously longevity, he's going to be entering his peak years, and Salah will be the last one. But people took it the wrong way, saying, "Oh, you got to hate agenda against Salah." I don't think there's any agenda. He's just making an opinion. He rates Salah highly. He said it enough times, but again, people want to pick out what they do. In terms of Owen, I mean, reading. I remember Owen because like his book is very. Because I used to when I was don't want to reveal my age, ladies and gentlemen, 21. But when I was younger, I'll tell you, I was sticking to that. It's hard, Jay. Right now, I can't. June 2. Anyway, we digress. Let's not talk about age ranges. I remember I used to be into books, especially sporting biographies. And I've got his book, it's called Reboot. And he was saying, which in hindsight, probably so that Houllier, just kind of just overplayed him. But again, at the time, because he was the boy wonder, etc., you thought, yes, hence Fowler went, which Pops has mentioned about Fowler going, which, yes, maybe there's a little bit of Julio forcing him out a little bit, but again, he fancies Heskey and Owen. That's his first two. And he said, well, you can stay, but I'm just, unfortunately, you're not going to be first choice. And the offer they got for him for the club was, good enough. So it just depends, like I said, and that's, and we know how, Fowler was, and, you don't get to where you are to becoming, a great, very, very great player, good player. And that was Owen. And yeah, like Brian said, minus the injuries, who knows what he could have done? The club, who knows what we could have achieved? But yeah, I mean, one of my favorite partnerships of all time, in terms of Liverpool history, top five. I love the Heskey Owen partnership, the little and large combo, man.
Worked for England as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he did, didn't it? Yeah. Got us trophies. Yeah. Many trophies, isn't it?
Yeah, I met Heskey one day before he
Oh,
when
have
he
you?
played for
Yeah.
Leicester. Yeah, I met him. I'll come out of my house from uni, and he was really nice, bro.
Yeah.
Like really like friendly, and so shook his hand. Have a good one, bro. And he was like, "Ciao." Yeah. But I'm surprised Heskey got a move to Liverpool, and he was actually better than what I thought he was as well.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about Heskey and Owen? They were brilliant.
Yeah,
they were one hell of a player.
Yeah,
absolutely great combination.
Heskey in my terms of my favorites, because we all got our faves. He's in my top five. He's in my top five in my favorites. I always liked Heskey. Always liked him.
I was watching a show yesterday in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was big man, little man. What are they called? Jamie and K-Mac, right? And it was a bit of a Nunez combo. We're not going to go down that road. But somebody somebody brought up Heskey in that way, saying like I think something like he's worse than Heskey. And like instantly there was just this eruption of do not come in here slandering Heskey. Everyone's like, whoa now. Like it was really good to see, because he used to get a lot of slack back in the day, Heskey, but it was like immediately everybody was like, shut the F up. Heskey was a top player. He was absolutely brilliant for us. Didn't have didn't have the confidence. That's all it was, Jacob. He just didn't have that kind of killer confidence.
Yeah, but he's a big lad though.
Yeah, was it 6'3"?
His son's played for Man City. Like his son's
Yeah, he
played
does,
for Man
doesn't
City.
he?
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
So we've done a few of those, the back to the watch-alongs, Heskey playing in him, and he should have been unstoppable.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He should have been absolutely unstoppable. But Houllier, I think it was Houllier said it, like if he could just get it into his head how good he is, he would be unstoppable. But he just didn't have that like Pop's saying, that rootless killer instinct.
Yeah.
He was always trying to play the ball off, but when you see the way he could finish, the way he could hit a ball, I mean, just there was nothing he couldn't do, really.
It's funny. Well, I remember watching Heskey. I remember at Leicester, I think he scored a winner against us. I was always like rating him, like JK. Obviously, you would know up close and personal at the time, but I always rated him. And then when we got him, I was very, very happy. I was so sad. But when you say but his first 2 seasons, he was a killer. When his confidence, like you said, Brian, the confidence, he was on fire. And then the last 2, he just, like I said, lack of confidence. And then Houllier, for whatever weird reason, would just play him on the wing at most games. It was weird. It was weird. To be fair, it was weird. But yeah, you're right. On his day, unplayable. Yeah.
His first season, definitely. I know he got, like, if it wasn't his first season, it's his second season. He scored a shit ton of goals. He scored nearly 20 in the league, or he scored 20 in the league, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe actually got to the 20 mark. I don't know. But then, whatever. I think he became too much of a. Like, do you miss that style of play? Do you miss? I know it's never coming back. Well, I suppose never say never, but the old school kind of big man, little man, 2 up top.
Yeah. Because that's why you don't really see wingers crossing balls no more, bro. Because there's no combination up top where you can do that for, Like football's changed, but sometimes the old school ways work. Get the ball, pass it wide, get the cross in, big man there, bang, back of the net. That's for me football at its best. Like that's the way that's why wingers are there. So for me, that top 2, like everyone plays with a sole striker now. Harry Kane, Haaland, them guys play on their own. That's why they get a lot of goals. You could say that. But I think sometimes to switch it up a little bit, you can play 2 strikers up top. No one else does it. Why not? Let's do it. Which team actually plays with 2 strikers up top? Like in the middle. Not like one on the right, one on the left, one in the middle, like the way we sort of do it. There's not a lot of teams that actually play with 2 strikers up top. I don't think anyone does it.
The only team I can think of, Wolves. They play like a 3-5-2.
Cunha and that is it Larson?
Larson, yes. Yeah. That's it, yeah. Wolves at the top of my head, but it's...
Not a lot of people do it, and I love to see that come back in.
Yeah, kind of.
But out of our 6 players, imagine we went with 2 up top. Who would you go with? Like you got Jota, Diaz, Darwin, all these type of guys. But for me, Diaz, Salah are not really strikers; they're more sort of winger strikers.
Yeah.
But they can still do a job in the top 2, But for me, like if we're going 2 up top, I'll go Darwin, Salah. That's the closest we sort of would get for a little and large sort of combo. That goal, I don't know who was against, where Darwin did a 1-2 with Salah and Salah scored. A few weeks ago it was. That was, for me, like the top 2 strikers combining together to get a goal. Ball comes out, heads it wide, 1-2, whatever. And that is, for me, football at its best.
Yeah. No, I just don't think, the game just changes every 10 years or so. And yeah, like you said, I don't think we could definitely not from slot.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not from slot. Definitely not from slot anymore. It's a shame. It's unfortunate. But let me speaking of which, let me ask you guys this. And again, I had an argument with one idiot Liverpool fan. I'm sorry to say, this was on Quasi's channel. I think I told you about this, guys, a weeks ago. What role is Nunes and Sobo meant to do in this team? What are their roles per se for in your opinion, both of you in the chat? Because this guy was, again, I think Brian did mention this, but again, you speaking, he was saying, oh, he's telling me about Sobo's heat maps and stuff like that. Runs the press, Slot doesn't want him to do any tacking, which is just, I'm sorry. This guy was an idiot. I mean, again, I forgot his name, Liverpool FC, stupid. I mean, he done the basics, and I asked him just to ask him what does a number 10 do? What is a number 10? I was like, oh, this and that. I said, it doesn't eat mats. Like, Nunes tracks back, but yes, and which he's really, which he shouldn't be, but he's there to get goals. Slot hasn't told him, oh, Nunes and Sobo. I don't want to get Brian off, but just a question like, oh, all you do, run back and track back and don't do anything else. It's just silly. I mean, or am I wrong? What in your opinion is the roles in the team? Because there's been a lot of back and forth with this in terms of what they do for us in the team.
Like for me, what Pops wrote there, double L, legs and lungs. It's the double L, bro. And it's true what he's saying there. Because for me, Szoboszlai and Darwin, all they do is run. Legs and lungs, man. And for me, you're taking away Szoboszlai's sort of technical ability. Imagine we played Darwin in the way Haaland plays for City. Everything in the box. Darwin isn't a box striker. Like, he don't seem to be a guy in the box. He's going to score goals in the box. Darwin's goals mostly come from outside the box, or he's made a little 1-2 run. He's very rarely in the box. So for me, that's his sort of job in the team, to be running around legs and lungs, him and Szoboszlai. I've noticed with Szoboszlai when he comes late on in games sometimes, because the game might be already won and this and that, he seems to do a little bit more. He's a little bit more patient with what he does. But I think against Man City, I think Szoboszlai played really well. Yeah, against City. I think our midfield, that was our best midfield display from them three guys who we brought 2 years ago. Szoboszlai, McAllister and Gravenberch. Against Man City, all three of them, top class. And I think Szoboszlai in that game showed us what he can do. And I think that's the thing with football. Darwin has showed us in glimpses what he can do. He can't do it all the time, though. Remember last season at Newcastle, he got 2 goals in there. That's the other day against Newcastle. It didn't look like he was going to score against them, bro.
Yeah.
Numbers, Pops. Numbers. I'll bring it to, right now, that's what I would say to the Nunes one. I would ask the Nunes question is, what does Arne Slot want from his number 9? Because I don't know. I don't know if Nunes is doing what he wants him to do, or if what Nunes does is what Slot wants a number 9 to do. All I know is that when Diego Jota was fit and Nunes was fit, Jota was the one getting the starts. So it seemed to me like he preferred that style of a central number 9. So we'll move on from Nunes. Dom, I think it's a lot easier. I think Dom's role in this is to be a part of the midfield 3 and to defend the space in front of him and attack the space in front of him. Defend the play. He has to work hard in that midfield. Of course he does. But then he has the quality and the ability to then get forward, contribute with goals and assists, because Arne Slot said it in one of his first ever press conferences that a player like Dominic Szoboszlai in a team like Liverpool needs to be scoring and creating. Like, the other stuff, as far as I'm concerned, it goes without saying. that you work hard. If you need to tell a player that you'll need to work hard and run in this team, if they need to be told that, then you have a problem. They should be going out there, and if nothing else, the manager should be saying, calm it down a bit. You don't need to be everywhere. You know, I just want you to do your work in these areas, work hard in these areas. Don't be trying too hard. Don't be trying to get too involved, and focus that hard work and energy. That should be basically a natural thing for a footballer. So some like Dom, but he said it, look, because he said to the guy said to him, oh, Dominic Szoboszlai only got X goals and assists last season. Do you think he should be doing more? I think was the question. And I think Slot said something like, oh, well, he got this amount and he got that amount. And the guy beside him corrected him and said, no, it was only this amount and that amount. And he goes, oh, yeah, no, you need to be doing more. That was literally just like that, straight, as natural as that. You go, no, yeah, you need to be doing more. And he's like, yeah, as an attacking midfielder, as a number 10 in a team like Liverpool, his words, not mine, at the end of the season, you will be judged on your numbers, not your running stats. Your numbers. That's what the manager himself, the guy who's in charge of our club, not my opinion. That's a straight quote directly from Arne Slot. So he's like, oh yeah, look, come on, guys, we're not stupid here, are we? He's like, you're a number 10 playing for a brilliant team like Liverpool. Are you telling me you don't think you should be getting more numbers than that? You know, there are no excuses here. I think he's saying, yeah, clearly you should be getting good numbers, but you will work on that and you'll get him more. He'll do more. So I think his role is to be the most creative of our three up top, along with Mac. I think Mac is probably just as creative, but I don't think there's any real problem working out what Dom's role is. And I don't think even, like, I think if Dominic Szoboszlai was sitting down, if you said to him, oh, are you happy with your GA this year? He's not going to give you double thumbs up. He's going to be, oh, I don't think about that. I just think about how hard I work. He's sitting there thinking, yeah, oh no, I should be contributing more. You know, we're top of the league. I want to be getting out. I should be getting goals. I know I can get goals. That's why they brought me to the club. Goals and assists and quality in midfield, passing, all those things. The hard work comes with it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still pretty confident in his abilities. Like I said, the Nunes thing is, we've done that. And this is a very pro Nunes channel. I know it's not my channel, so I don't want to go down that road too far. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, is he a slot number 9? Is he a slot number 10? I think he'd buy Dom. I think he'd bring in a Dom. If he was here last year and someone said we can get Dom, I think Slot might be. I think he'd buy him. I don't know. I'm not really sure what.
Yeah. But for me, there's a player in there, and we haven't seen the best of him. Look at Gravenberch, sort of his career with us, not great. This season, top class. So for me, it's all about that. It's a mental thing with certain players, and I think with Szoboszlai, it's that. Technically, very good. Like, I've seen touches he's pulled out in games where he's done 1-2s with players. Not everyone can do what he does, you know. But for me, there's more to him. He scored that goal against Leicester when the Gerrard sort of thing came, comparisons came out.
Yeah, which I hate that.
Hasn't done,
yeah,
I didn't really like it, but then I thought, you know what?
Yeah.
I see that in him, that type of guy. He was more like Gerrard than, say, Curtis Jones was, for example. But for some reason, he doesn't do that too much. Get the ball, bang, have that. That's the problem there. Are you scared? Are you going to get embarrassed if you miss? Like, for me, I'd rather you have a go than not have a go. You know, at least you're trying to score a goal, you know, and he can do it. Like, we've seen him. Same with Darwin. He can do it. We've seen it. Consistency is all a mental thing. For me, Szoboszlai and Darwin, the mental side of the game. That's why they're not flourishing. Like, but for me, what Brian's saying also, Slot wouldn't buy Darwin, but he would sort of probably buy Szoboszlai. Yeah.
Yeah. It's real hard to know. Any other news? Anyway, for anyone in the chat?
Well,
any other games under
the Premier League? Only our game's going to get postponed, I think. Yeah. What I just read is like there's 2 in the first division, Watford and that. I think they're not playing. and a few in the other leagues. But other than that, the Premier League games seem to be going ahead.
Okay.
Like people would have travelled today, like for the games. Who's playing today? So you got Villa, Southampton. So the guys from Southampton would have left early, So they would have postponed it already, thinking if it's the weather's that bad, because them guys have to travel. I think they do that pretty like the Liverpool game. They did it pretty early. So for me, I think it's only going to be our game that gets postponed this weekend. Mad.
Yeah.
Maybe God's looking after us. he was like, something messy was going to happen today,
Yeah.
We will never know. We will never know. But let's just take it as that. We're all disappointed we're not playing right now, actually. But yeah.
Oh, we'd have a Darwin hat trick by now.
Yeah. Imagine.
Listen to your ears, bro.
If you play Darwin in the right way, I think he's a very good player and can be a very good player. In the way, I mean, Salah last season against Newcastle, I always go to that game because for me, that was quality. The way Salah brought Darwin into them two possibilities of scoring. He had another one similar as well in that game, I think. So it was that type of football. That's the way for my number 9 to play football, bro. The way Salah got the ball, then through balls. Let him run onto him. Get the ball, bang. We don't play that football. You're only going to play that type of football when you're playing away from home. The home team are sort of attacking quite a lot. Anfield is difficult for Darwin to get into games. Why? They're probably playing with the back 5. There's no space nowhere for him to do anything. But in away games, yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear that. And sometimes I've seen instances where he's made a run playing, but we go the opposite direction. So that doesn't help. But sometimes as well, he needs to do it's a combination of that. And he needs to get involved into the more game, hold the ball up properly, turn, go, turn and go. Just basic football stuff. But at the end of the day, no one can't teach you finishing. It's either you have it or you don't. And with Darwin, unfortunately, he's not at the requirement where we need. And I think that's the bottom line is, that's a little bit. And it's not even forget about the miss because everyone's banging on about that and fair enough. But I mean, come on. We've got, and this is why I made a point about Salah. Like he missed a worse opportunity against City, but it didn't cost us because he got a penalty bang, and that's it. We need the killer. We need the gunshot man, the gunshot man right through the heart, Bridging, right through the heart,
No messing about, gold.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, and unfortunately, yeah, maybe slot system, but it's just but Darwin has had the first season, last season, he had opportunities and he's got a decent amount, but it's just not enough, and that's it. Whether it's Sobo, anyone, we need to be aware in the next couple of years. We said, you know what, we've done a back to back, and yeah, so and that's it really with him with Darwin. So, but at the end of the day, regardless of what we think, whether you agree or disagree, he's going to be here to the end of the season. So all we can do is just hope and support that he'll get some crucial goals between now and then, and we'll see where the next year's summer to take us at the end of the season.
Yeah, we always back them when they're here, don't we? Like, I mean, it's hard when you do channels like this. It's sort of like sometimes I feel like things that go with it, somebody said, well, that goes without saying. Sometimes I think there's nothing that goes without saying on YouTube. You can't, like, you have to kind of put all your caveats on everything. Like, we have to talk about players. We're Liverpool fans, and people kind of think that, you'd shoot these guys tomorrow or you'd rip up their contracts. No, we back these guys 100% while we're at the club. They're at our club. But we're Liverpool fans are allowed to have like differences of opinion, and even sometimes they can get a bit, the words people use might sound a bit harsh to other people, but that can just be emotion, or whatever. That might be just the way people speak. Like if I spoke the way I would naturally speak to my friends, I would be swearing every 5 seconds. You know what I mean? So I have to modify my language as well, but I wouldn't be slagging the guy off. It's just the way I talk. It's just the way I would naturally speak with people. I'd be fucking this and fucking that, and whatever. But some people, they kind of think, oh, you hate this guy. I've never hated anybody. No, I hated El Hadj Diouf. Only person I've ever hated that played for Liverpool. I've never hated any of our players. I just want our club to win things. And if a guy that's playing for us can be replaced by somebody that can do a lot better than him, then I don't see why you wouldn't do that. That's just how it goes. I don't nail my colours to the mast of any player. I wait until they're finished, their careers are over, and then you talk about them. But right now, I think it's like you have to be mature enough to be able to look at something and go, is this working? Could we do better than this? Like, we like the guy. Everybody loves the guy, even Dom. But like, could we do better? Is it wrong to want to do better? Because at the end of the day, it's not Player FC, it's Liverpool FC. And if you can move on somebody and improve your team, or you can bring someone in, like we could bring in another guy, and I don't know, bring him in January, bring in some guy, and him and Nunes spark off each other, and get a little partnership going. It doesn't have to be one comes in so the other has to go out. But I would just love nothing more. I know some people probably think I'm lying when I say this, but I would love nothing more than for Darwin Núñez to score 15 league goals between now and the end of the season, because not for Darwin, none of that crap. Because if he scores 15 league goals for us, it probably means we'll win the league. And that's why I want him to do it. Not because I love him, not because I back them not because I hate the people that love him. None of that. It's just because I think if a player scores 15 for us, then we'll have a great chance of winning the league. That's all I want. That's all I've ever wanted from this guy. Just score the goals. And then we all win. Then we're all winners. I don't know. Am I wrong? I don't. That's just the way I see it. I don't care what the name is on the back of the shirt.
Just score the goals.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, bro, like Haaland and Kane, for me, best goal scorers in the football world. And when you look at them individually, not top footballers, but goal scorers, they're the best. And that's what it is. It's intuition in the box. Where you're going to be, where you're going to run to, where you're going to be if the goalie saves it, if it hits the post. And Haaland, for me, is the best at that. He knows exactly where the ball's going to be. And that's what Darwin needs to do. And honestly, what you said about the game being rescheduled for tonight, I heard someone say, "Oh, why didn't they just move the game to Anfield?" I was thinking, oh, that's too funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'd be 3 points, game done.
There's only rain and thunder over Goodison, not like on Anfield down the road, like not even 5 minutes down the road. Too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think normally usually the answer is policing, obviously staff, but you can't move it because you can't have a game without all the cops ready to go.
Yeah, they're just down the road, honestly. Yes, we're going to London. Yeah, we just have to accept it what it is, and yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. But actually, speaking of which, funny enough, not to go back on the Endo subject, because I remember JK, you would say Endo was one of the best players of last season, and for you in the chat as well, what would say be your? Should we do I'll ask you guys. Should we put it out a top 5 or top 3 of best Liverpool players last season? Should we do a top 5 or top 3?
We could do a top 3.
Top 3, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the chat, if you put who would be your top 3 in terms of best players for us last season, that'd be good. Anyway, I mean, who would be your top 3 for last season, JK, in our team?
Like for me, I'll go Endo.
Yeah.
Endo definitely. Salah, of course.
Yeah.
And Trent wasn't great. I would probably say McAllister.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
them three.
What will be yours, bro?
I'm having a think. We were flying, and we dropped off a lot.
Yeah.
I'd still say VVD. I'd still say Mac. And none of the forwards, really. VVD, Mac, and Ali.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I think for me it'll be Joey, Mac.
Oh, Joey, yeah.
Yeah. He was good
Yeah,
quality last
Joey's very
season.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
put Joey in instead. I'll put Joey in instead of Ali.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah. Gomez. That's why I was disappointed in his Newcastle display. Oh my days! What happened to him?
He just had a bad game. That's
Real
it.
bad.
Just like, yeah, but like I said, he was bad, yeah. But just like Kanai had a bad game against Southampton, he was awful. It's just the fact that we got away with the win. So it weren't great. It weren't great for Joe, but it could happen. But it's just that both plays were awful, but one we got a win and this one we didn't. Otherwise, we'd be brushing it under the carpet.
Yeah, true, bro. That's
So,
what wins
yeah,
does. When you win a game,
yeah.
no one really cares. You
But
know what I mean?
yeah, the performances, yeah. That's
I
why I
just think
like to. Yeah,
Isak
go on.
happened too. Isak happened too.
Mate, I think all of us were watching it thinking, Isaac, mate, when he scored that goal, you're thinking, you know what? If you were in your red shirt right now, we'd be clear. Simple as. That's the first time in a while, probably a year or two, that I've seen PVD just been, PVD was all over the place.
He
Should give him
twisted
too
him.
much space, bro. Too much
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah,
Like,
he did, innit? Yeah.
yeah.
That's what VVD does, though, Jake. If VVD don't close people down, he stands off. He gives them the space. That's the way.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does that. Yeah.
Because there's
VVD.
another one. Yeah,
Because he's
there's
thinking,
another one.
if you're going to beat me from here, you're going to have to do what he did. And he's thinking, and then he pulls it out and he does what he does. But he did knock Virgil off balance.
T-step.
Yeah,
He
he took him one way, then the other. But it was his passing. It was Isak's passing that impressed me the most. His creativity. I really was really impressed. But I don't think we're ever going to see him in red. But look, Joey, I think I said it. That's like Joey Gomez, the redemption story, part 5. You know, the amount of times where he's been done at Liverpool and he's sort of been on the outs or even on the edge of the team, and I think, it'll be this year, it'll be that year. I mean, he keeps coming back. He keeps being there when we need him, and he keeps coming in. But I think longest serving player, there's nothing he hasn't done for us. But I don't know. I'd be still. Would you be like? I'd be if you were told, right? Okay, that's it now. We won't see Ibu till the summer. Would you be happy with a centre back partnership of VVD and Gomez for the rest of the season? Because we're going to be without Ibu for a little while yet, so it's kind of part.
Yeah.
Or are you looking at maybe give Kwanzaa another shout?
I mean, you know my answer to that.
And to everybody in the chat as well. To everybody in the chat, if it looked like you know, or would you say, oh, got to do something in January, or would you be happy to go the distance with Gomez and VVD as our back two?
Yeah, because the lucky thing is that Trent's sort of coming back from injury, so Gomez or Kwanzaa don't have to play right back again. Kwanzaa, for example. So we've got two centre backs to be fit until Kanate comes back. I think it's enough if Trent stays fit and Gomez don't have to play right back or Kwanzaa. So I think we'll be okay. I can't really see us buying anyone anyway in January again. I just feel it's going to be a quiet one. But for me, Kwanzaa and Gomez should be able to look at Gomez against Man City the other week. He was great. Then he has that game against Newcastle. So for me, concentration levels in that Newcastle game weren't great. We were going for the league, Gomez, so we've got to sort of be on it, you know. I think Isaac sort of destroyed our defence that day. Yeah, man. That's why I was sort of wanted this game today. We didn't lose against Newcastle. It feels like a loss, of course.
Yeah, it does.
You know, when you go for the league, them type of results feel like a loss. Even though we were behind twice, but we came back and we scored the third to win it. It feels like a loss. But I'm still going to take the points we've got right now. At the start of the season, I would have took it. So I just wish this weekend Arsenal drop points, Man City, Chelsea. Like, you know what else can we wish for now? Because we ain't got no game. If we got our 3 points on the table, cool. They can do what they want, as long as we get our 3 points. Because we're not playing.
Yeah, I'd be happy with it. It's just one game against Newcastle. It was an absolutely world-class performance from a top centre forward that, you know, he was on his game that night. He had a great game, and that can happen to you. But yeah, I think I was watching quickly one of N's shows, and he was just doing a quick thing. And for the first 5 minutes, every time he said the game, he's like, and that's why we lost, and that's why we lost. And then he corrected himself after he'd said about 10 times, well, no, we didn't. We drew the game. Because everybody is in that kind of mindset that it 100% feels like we did, because coming back twice. And I was the same with you. I kind of wanted a game today to maybe get it, not get it out of your system, but yeah, just to get straight back onto winning ways if we could. Now this is going to be a real kind of. So what does this make it then? When is our next league game? It's
Fulham next week.
Saturday.
It is on 1 moment. Fulham on the Saturday, yeah. At Anfield at 3:00.
Yeah, so
yeah,
you do need a bit of rhythm. You know, you don't want too much time off.
Exactly. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, yeah, that some of our players, Gravenberch, for example, and Virgil, and our defence, had this weekend off. If it went pear-shaped today, we were going to wish it got postponed with the weather, if you understand my point. So for me, yeah, I wanted the game to play because like we all love watching Liverpool playing and stuff. But now when we look at it, that's a good side I'm going to look at it. We got postponed. Maybe it could have gone pear-shaped. Now it's going to be a night game as well. It's going to be a night game. So it's going to be even a bit more. Because the last time we played there last season, it was a night game. Yeah. It went an afternoon game.
And we lost.
I just want to beat them before they leave that stadium. We beat them last time there. That was my sort of motivation going into this game.
Yeah.
Before they moved to the dock, that we beat them like Goodison. And after they just sort of ruined our season last season as well.
Yeah, Rob was asking earlier, is that it now for the Goodison game? No, that'll be...
No. Until the end of the season.
Replayed there. Yeah, it'll be replayed there. So we still have it. We still have that game to come up.
That'll be cool. They did the rescheduled one to be their first sort of tryout sort of game for that new stadium. They played it there and we beat them. That'd be great.
Oh, that would be nice.
That would be
That
great.
would be nice.
Yeah. Well, have you seen pictures of their stadium, the new one?
I've seen pictures of what it's going to look like, as opposed to
what it looks
how
like
it
now.
currently looks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it looks pretty. It's like what I like about it is the water. It's different. You know, you got you got Fulham. Fulham got water behind them. You know, behind the stand and stuff. But other than that, it's just like a different sort of look to a stadium.
Oh, I think it looks brilliant. I think it looks
pretty
great.
cool. Yeah, and the
it's right
area
on the
around
dot.
it's pretty big. I don't like them factories. There's like you got the stadium, and behind there's some like factories, and they're white and they just stick out, and it ruins sort of the picture. But there's a guy on YouTube, Mr. Drone or someone, and he shows like the latest videos. He's an Evertonian, but he showed Anfield as well enough times.
I think I know the guy. Yeah, he goes up on the hill and he flies over, looking around. I saw when we were building a new stand, he was getting a lot of traction. He was putting up a lot of streams. Callum is saying he's hearing that it's going to be New Year's Day. Do we have a gap in the calendar on New Year's Day?
Okay.
I know we play Leicester on Boxing Day, I think, as you would call it, St. Stephen's Day, as we would call it.
Okay.
So New Year's Day, is there a gap in? Because it's like...
Okay.
The 29th to the 5th of January. Colin was saying there's a gap there. Yeah, I was saying, Stunning Stadium.
Okay, we've got Leicester there. Moment. Okay, so we got West Ham away on the 29th of December. And then we haven't got a game until Sunday, the 5th of January is the next game after that, and that's against Man United. So there is a little gap, because what happens if we play on the Sunday, we're playing pretty late as well. We're playing at 5:15 on the Sunday. And then on Monday, on the 30th, you've got 3 games. On the 1st, Brentford, Arsenal are playing. So maybe they can slot it in there. I think that's where they're going to do it then. 1st of January, yeah. Nice one, Callum. Yeah, because if we play West Ham on the Sunday, we won't have a game until the Sunday after. And that's Man United. I'm not sure there won't be no Champions League games then, will there? I'm just trying to think. No. They don't do Champions League games around Christmas, do they? No.
No, you've got European winter breaks and stuff.
Yeah. So for me, that's the perfect day to do it. 1st of January. Perfect.
Yeah, it makes... then we've got... Yeah, just a double header with Everton and Manchester United.
Yeah. In the week.
Just have a look in the private chat, lads, really.
Mm-hmm.
Sec. See what people are saying.
Okay, that's cool.
If you guys are ready, or if you guys want to do anything else you want to do, anything else you want to talk about.
I'll just mention one thing I just read, actually, funny enough, not related. I don't know if you guys heard in the chat about, obviously following Pep doing the whole 6 stars and Mourinho's rebuttal to that.
Yeah. Mourinho's still out there, man. Firing shots.
He's still there. Yeah, Mourinho's Jose, isn't it? Whether he's in Timbuktu or the end of the earth, he's still any little mention of his name when he's not that deep, he likes to get in box office, And then played it down. Oh, it was a joke. I'm just saying, etc. They all want to see us relegate because Pep's not really all about that confrontational stuff. But yeah, especially with Mourinho. But yeah, just kind of funny.
He wants to come back. He's pretty
of course he does.
He wants to come back to England.
Yeah, I don't know why he went to Fenerbahce in the first place. If he's that, he should have just waited it out. I still have that new car.
What level would you see him? Because he's done everything.
Yeah.
He's only got us left to really manage, hasn't he? Us and
He's
Arsenal.
never he will never ever manage us. That's off the
I tell you
list.
the truth though, I think him and Wenger would have loved to manage us. I always said that Mourinho, like
He
he always wanted to be our manager. I heard that before he went to Chelsea and stuff. He wanted to be our manager. We went with Rafa, I think. But I think he's always respected that connection we've got as a club with the fans, and we've won 6 Champions Leagues. You know what I mean? He knows we're a big club, and I think he's always wanted to manage us. I didn't mind Jose really that much because he sort of upset Ferguson and United. He was the only one who was sort of trying against them lot in the
Yeah,
phase. Remember, it was them and Arsenal really trying to sort of upset United. I think Jose, when they ended up playing us in the Champions Leagues and stuff, he got a bit rattled at Anfield a few times, just sort of running down up and down the line and stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I like his passion as a guy, as for football. Yeah,
yeah.
I could see.
No,
I think he might have an eye on Newcastle. Yeah,
could
he's
be.
I think
probably.
Newcastle's the job for him. Yeah,
Is
Newcastle's
he?
the one.
Is he past it though? I mean,
But yeah, well, I think so. Maybe I think so, but again, it'll be the last. It's just still the name in it. So wherever he goes, it's still for
Yeah,
the
he's still gonna get it.
teams
Yeah,
that'll be done. Yeah, it'll be one last hurrah.
yeah. Like for me, you got United to second? He won on the FA Cup and stuff, so he's still winning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one Roma.
I
What
just,
was it?
I don't know. I just feel. I think Chelsea was made for him. I think Chelsea is the only club I think he would have suited. He went there twice, didn't he? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in and out both times, and then the last time just left, or was it? Players had the when it was player dominated by Chelsea, the players took the toys out the pram and had the stinker. Weird, but but
Yeah,
no,
we're all
we'll pay
gutted,
for it.
Redbird. We're all gutted that it's off, but it is what it is.
Yeah, fortunately, but these things happen. We just have to stay focused on our and just see where the other games, where they all lay us, where we lay after tomorrow evening. We're still going to be top, so that's a positive, regardless. It's just what the other teams do.
It's true, Callum, that McAllister will have a quiet. McAllister needs rest. Him, Virgin, and Salah are the 3 guys. McAllister's had sort of a rest in the last few weeks, sort of, but this will be a good rest for him. He's not going
yeah,
to
but
play
he was going
Girona.
to
He's
get
not
it
going to play
anyway,
Fulham.
though.
Say again, Brian.
He was going to get it anyway, though, wasn't he?
What, today?
Yeah, he was suspended
Yeah.
for today, so he
Yeah, but
would have
now that's
had that
carrying
week
on.
now with bloody Fulham.
Yeah.
I would,
But I'd rather have him away at Everton than at home to Fulham.
Yeah,
So it works out in that way.
no.
You know what I mean? So it works out pretty well in that way.
Yeah,
But
no,
he'll
I
have a
would
little
have.
rest. He'll have a lot of rest. So, yep, that's a good thing. Sometimes in football,
Yeah,
you got to look at the positive side of something, even if it's the bad news and stuff like that. It would have been
Yeah,
suspended for today's game, but now in a weird sort of way, it's Fulham at home. Better. Oh, like for me, McAllister is the guy in midfield I like because he bites, he gets stuck in, and you need that in a Liverpool team against Everton away. So for me, he'll be ready for that game. So job done.
yeah, it's just a rhythm, isn't it? It's just the fact that he won't have played today. He won't play against Girona. Like, he won't even get to do like 10 minutes to get him in his legs. So then he'll be going all the way to Saturday. Everybody's pretty much going to be. Yeah, it's okay. It should be. Yeah, I mean, we all want him to get a bit of rest, but it's just that little bit of a long gap, which I hope it just doesn't break our rhythm. That's all I don't want us to be looking at a table now and going, oh, well, now we have to go and get them points there, and we have this extra game. We got to do this. It was kind of just breaking the rhythm of it a little bit.
Because he was missing that game, and then he'll be ready for the Tottenham game on the 22nd of December at 4:30. So he'll be ready for that game there then. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I think Robert's right. So I think Grav will probably benefit as much as anybody. He's just played too much football, I think.
And he's 1 yellow card away. Someone wrote in the comments earlier for missing the Tottenham game.
Yeah, if he gets a card against Fulham, he'll miss Tottenham.
He'll miss Tottenham. So for me, most of his cards he's getting are sort of really tame ones. They're sort of tame yellow cards. Like he got a yellow card the other day. He got 3 in a row now, I think.
Little clips, little tugs on the shirt.
Yeah, little tugs. That's the one, you know. But for me, like the challenges I've seen this season, there should have been a lot more red cards. I've seen a lot of challenges this season. I'm like, I think was it the Leicester Chelsea game? Indeed, he did it. Or was it Leicester Arsenal? I can't remember. Indeed, he did a tackle on this guy. Yo, like real bad. And then there's Suma or someone. He did the same sort of. He did a really bad challenge. No red cards. So the referees are sort of more lenient for nasty challenges. It's weird, but they are.
Yeah, I think we would have seen a few today had we played.
Yeah, could have been.
Yeah, that's one Nigel is saying there. I mean, the way they're going, would you want to be playing Spurs any day of the week? I don't know if I want to be playing them, to be honest. I don't. Not this team. You're either going to beat them 4-0 or they're going to beat you 5-4 or something. Just something crazy. I don't know. Are you
but for me,
playing them?
Yeah. That game, the Everton game last season, what we had against them, and that was it. Matip scored the own goal last season, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, off Porro's cross. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, them 2 games there, sort of very strong in my mind about last season, how we got done. And for me, I want to sort of like to get them 3 points right in the Everton game today and the Tottenham game coming up. We've got to win both of them games.
Is Tottenham away?
Tottenham's away, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, they'll give you, if nothing else, Tottenham will give you chances. And locked up.
Yeah, regardless how they're playing, true.
Yeah. And that's if that guy. Who are they playing this? Who does Spurs play this weekend?
They play
Chelsea,
yeah, tomorrow.
So we need
a result there. We might not even be playing an Ange Postecoglou Spurs.
Yeah, so we need Spurs to just get some points from Chelsea, which they can, but they're just too. All the main defenders are out. Even Ben Davies got an injury, so they're down to 1 defender plus whoever, and that's the problem.
The Chelsea away, they're playing in Chelsea away, and they beat Man City away 4-0, didn't they? That's the thing about Spurs. That's the thing about Spurs. Yeah.
And then they got bet 1-0 by Palace, and then they got bet 1-0 by Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
that's what you're talking
Spurs are at home, JK.
Oh.
Spurs are home.
They're at home. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so I don't know, man. Yeah.
Come on, you Spurs.
So who is out then again in the Spurs defense? Who is it?
So Van der Feen is out. Romero is out. There is a possibility I heard he might come back, and Ben Davies is out as well.
So that gives them that Romanian guy, right? Dragusin?
Yeah, Dragusin,
he played the other day.
And then, and then it's the question of who plays. So that's the issue.
Yeah,
that's the issue.
So I'd rather have our defensive problems right now than theirs. When you look at Gomez and Kwanzaa, we've got Trent coming in after for Conor Bradley. I mean, Hollywood problems, bro. When you look at it, You know, look at Tottenham, man. They're going to end up playing Postecoglou himself playing at centre back.
Yeah,
You know what I
g'day,
mean?
mate.
Against us. Yeah.
G'day.
G'day, bro. He'll say g'day to Darwin. He'd be like, what?
Yeah.
But I like
He's
him.
a big
put
lad.
the-
Yeah.
He's a big lad, is Ange.
Yeah, he's a big guy. Yeah. Can you imagine him living on Ramsey Street in Neighbours? Remember Neighbours? You can imagine him there. But he's a Liverpool fan. He's a Liverpool fan. Yeah,
He is.
Yeah, I mean, I think some, probably, he was vaguely linked, wasn't he, before?
I would have
He
took
was
him
vaguely
before.
linked.
I think,
Not now.
you know what it is with him? You know, like when you look at football, you got to look at the players at a club. Like, why don't you reckon managers succeed at United? Because it's the quality of player there, mental quality of a player. Look at our squad, bro. We've got Van Dijk, Salah, Alisson, even Trent, Robertson. You got all Joe Gomez. Look at all these guys who are up there mentally as winners. So any manager who walks in, Slot has said on numerous occasions this season, he said, I walked into the club with Klopp's squad and I can't moan, you know, like really bigging up Klopp in that way. I walked into a great squad. He said it a few times this season. And that's what it is. That's why managers like would love to manage Liverpool. Why? Yeah, you won't get the funds to buy players, but your nucleus of players will be mentally sort of strong. And that's why like people at United, even Mourinho couldn't go there and fix them.
They're it's the same with Spurs. I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah.
It's just what happens. It just, to me, it's just been listening to all the Spurs fans that since he's come in, they absolutely loved him at the start. They loved the football, but now they've realized that like they could be like 3-0 up or 2-0 up away somewhere, and he still like has a 10 players attacking. He just doesn't stop what he does. They don't. He's come out said before, they don't practice set pieces. He doesn't believe in practicing set pieces. Like, it's all gung ho football. There's only one way to play. Everybody gets forward. It's great to watch when it works, but they're like, he has no. This is just it. He only has one setting, and this is it. This is crazy. You can't do this all the time. And it'd be like today. Like, he'll have half his team out, and he'll still go and try and play that same type of football.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You can't have that. Like, that's not you won't last long at the top level doing that.
He would work for a club like, say, Real Madrid, who just attack. Perfect for a club like that. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Even us, in a weird sort of way, because for me, I don't look at Liverpool and say, oh, that's a defensive-minded team. When I think about Liverpool, I just think attack. He would work good with us, you know. But for Tottenham, on and off inconsistency. Beat Man City 4-0, lose to Palace and Bournemouth 1-0. Like, what are fans going to feel up and down, bro?
Yeah, Jared, the game is postponed. There is no game. We're just on because there is no game.
We won 4-0, Jared.
Yeah, you missed it. We won 4-0. Darren got a hat trick.
Yeah,
Darren got a hat trick.
Darren got a hat trick for Brian.
Yeah, no, man. It's the weather. You know, the weather postponed it, and like the lads were saying there earlier on, it's the most likely date for the rescheduled match is the 1st of January. So that's what it's looking like, in between the Manchester United game and some other game, Fulham. So yeah, that's it, man. You didn't miss anything. You didn't wake up on the wrong day. You didn't fall asleep for 24 hours. All good. JK, do you want to do some mid-game, midweek fancy football update? Let us know where the people are after the couple of games, or what people are doing. Yeah, if you want to have a quick look at it.
One moment.
I'm sure there's some players in the chat. There's 15 people. Probably a few players in.
Okay, going into this weekend. Thing is, a lot of us, like guys who are playing it, we all support Liverpool. Hence why we'll have 3 Liverpool players. And then all of a sudden our game's postponed. So it sort of messes it up. You know, if you like change your captains and stuff if you want, you can't do it now. The time's already set. But going into this weekend, KJ is top of the tree with 843 points. And what I can do with 12, we need to we're going to show people's teams, some of the people in the chat. We're going to upload their team to the screen. And we're going to look at their teams, you know. But I'm in second place with 836. Bonkers has like gone up pretty well to 834. Then you got Livers 2, 819. Daz Reynolds up in with 813. Robbie Maguire, 798. Ian Mack with Winsodall, 786. You got 12th man creeping up on 771. Then you got Anik, my nephew, on 750. Then you got Slotters James, 745. Cyber Power on 720. Livers 1, 701. Rastas Tyrone, 697. Barjan Barnes, 690. Chris Angel, 653. Trigger TV, Anthony, 625. And Honesty with 439 at the bottom. Okay.
Want to be Carnage. I think, like Rob is already saying there, he has Mo captain and Trent vice captain. That is nasty.
That's nasty, man. You know what you should have done, bro? You should have, as soon as the game was sort of cancelled, you had until 11 o'clock, I think, UK time, to sort of still change your captains and stuff. I don't think you can change it again, as soon as
No, you can't.
You can't change it again, now. So I changed mine, yeah. But what we can do with 12, or even with Brian, we can bring some of the guys who are playing their teams up. We can discuss them, and they can give us a reason why they bought this guy or this guy. And yep.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll work. If you sent me the link to your thing, I could just look into the league that way and bring it up on screen. We'll try that next time.
Yeah, okay. We can do that.
I'd still need to sign in as you, so it probably wouldn't work.
Mm-hmm. But I think 12 can do it on his.
Yeah, it's just
he can do it because he's playing as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he can bring it up. He can do it. It's just I didn't do it this year, so
yeah. Brian's having a rest this season. He wants to give other people a chance.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Brian's good at it, bro. Like Brian is actually pretty good at that. I've seen his team last season and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah, I won the Euros League when we played it in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I led it from day one right to the end. Daryl was not very happy. Daryl's like, I'm going to catch you. I'm going to get you every week, every game. He goes, I'm going to get you this day, and I'll get you this time. Brian is like,
the gap's widening bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, right, boys. I'm ready. If you want to go, if you're, I might do something on my own channel there in a while. We'll see how it goes. But
yeah, sorted. Yeah, it was great. Everyone who came in,
cool.
On the chat and stuff. All disappointing the game never happened, but at the end of the day, it's cool. Arsenal and City hopefully drop points with Chelsea this weekend. But have a good one, and look forward to the Girona game. And the players got rested as well today.
Exactly. Well, we will be resting. We'll still be working, but big up everyone in the chat.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, everyone, thanks for being here. Sorry there was no 12th man, but we're just filling in a bit of time. So, yeah, cool. Look out for a show on my channel later on today. I'll definitely do something. And
yeah, put your notifications on.
Yeah. Sorry, what's Redbird just saying? Yeah. I don't understand why you haven't got more subs, 12th and gang. I'm guessing because you don't buy into clickbait or the negativity some creative. Yeah, come if you want clickbait and negativity, that's what I do on my channel. Come over there, we'll do that. That's what I do. Yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, sorry, Jared, dude. It's like nearly 2 hours and I haven't eaten yet. So that's pretty much me. That's me done. Unless do you want to, boys, do you want to stay on? I mean, I'm not gonna. If you want to keep going, it's up to you. I'm not going to force you out. Like,
No, we could do something on yours later on.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Yeah, look
All
out
right.
for that.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care, guys.
Bye bye.
Take care, guys. Bye.